himself, but for all of us, for our freedom, for our constitutional rights.
Thank you. I'm glad I'm standing here today for another reason other than what I was out here for the other time. I just want to say this is not about revenge or not about me going after individuals because I think they've wronged me specifically. Ultimately, I think this is about them taking accountability for what has happened to me. You know, what went on in the newspapers and the press. People saying that I went down there and got arrested on purpose, all these kinds of things. I think this kind of defamation is out of line, and I think they should respond. They told us the case was dropped on social media, didn't go to the court and do it in a professional way. I didn't get an apology, a letter, or anything from anybody saying that what happened was incorrect, was wrong, and that we want to move forward.
And later that night, she went on Fox and again made false statements. Habba said in her tweet, "No one is above the law." I don't agree with Alina Habba about much, but I agree with that. And today she's finding out that even she is not above the law. Even this morning, Ms. Habba was tweeting that she heard that the mayor was going to sue the feds. Well, that's false. We're suing her and Ricky Patel. This morning, my firm filed a lawsuit in federal district court on behalf of Newark Mayor Ras Baraka against Alina Habba, the interim United States Attorney for the District of New Jersey, and Ricky Patel, the head of investigations for the Department of Homeland Security, individually. The complaint charges that Habba and Patel, acting outside their authority as government officials, violated Mayor Baraka's constitutional rights by falsely arresting him and maliciously prosecuting him for events that took place at Delaney Hall in Newark on May 19, 2025.
Describe a little bit about how you were further threatened.
Oh yeah, well, I think that, you know, they threatened me with charging me with resisting arrest, with doing all these other things. I mean, the same thing that they're doing to the congresswoman, obviously, and all of that is false. If you see the video, it's false. What happened, I think the judge pointed it out in the dismissal hearing, was that they arrested me before they did an investigation. And when they did an investigation, they saw that the arrest was unlawful. It shouldn't have happened. And so they had to dismiss it. There was no resisting in there. There's nothing in the video that showed resistance.
What do you think, Mayor, is malicious about the arrest?
Well, I think that in any place when there is a so-called action or an issue such as the one we had. So, for example, in Newark, if we had something of this low magnitude, somebody would get a summons, right? They easily left and got a summons to arrest me, to handcuff me, to drag me away, to take my fingerprints and a picture for a Class C and mugshots for a Class C misdemeanor is egregious and malicious.
You have to file a Federal Tort Claims Act to sue the federal government, and you have to wait 6 months before you can sue them. We are filing a Federal Tort Claims Act against the administration.
So you are planning to sue the administration as well?
Yes.
Okay.
I wanted to ask you also about the fact that the Trump administration is putting other lawsuits in front of them as well, like the city, suing the city and as well as the local. And could you just give an update on that?
No, it's not no update. We are organizing our resources, taxpayers' dollars to fight the administration around something that I think is frivolous in the first place. This idea of us stopping them from doing their job is just not true. It's just false. It is just a political ploy. No one's stopping the federal government from arresting people. We've never done that. We've never stopped them from presenting the officers from doing what they think they should be doing. What we have done is spoken out against it. We're going to continue to do that. Whatever's in the confines of the law here locally, we're going to execute to make sure that people know that we're opposed to what's going on. Factual. and I told her that through a video and through friends. Like, look, she's coming here saying Newark is MS-13, which is not true. Newark has a problem. Newark is this. Newark is that. Just the talking points that you get from the MAGA world to come in here and threaten the governor, threaten the U.S. attorney, threaten the city of Newark, as opposed to sitting down with the people here and saying we want to continue the progress that we've been witnessing in this city. I'm down to do that. I didn't have any problem with any of the U.S. attorneys that sat here before her. I think that, you know, a lot of times people do things to us and they just walk away, and it's okay. Like, it's a problem for me to say I want somebody to do something. I want somebody to apologize, write a letter, say this was wrong, come out and say we shouldn't have done this, right? That never happens. These people execute this extra legal stuff on you. You have to deal with it. You're explaining it to people until you're blue in the face. You're on every news media channel telling people you didn't go down there to protest. I didn't go down there. I didn't kick my way in. I didn't knock nobody down. I didn't slam any ICE agents. I didn't barge my way in. I didn't barge my way out. You have to explain this to people, and they know this is not true. And they saw this video, and they should explain it to people, not me. They should tell people that this did not happen, and they had no business arresting me.
It's not a political job. You're not in there to promote the policies of your boss. You're there to do justice, which is exactly what Judge Espinosa pointed. Your client is justice, not political spectacles where you wrongfully arrest the mayor of New Jersey's largest city.
Smith, I'm sorry. Just wanted to clarify something. It's already been filed, right? Just filed
Yes,
this
this
morning?
lawsuit has been filed. It's available online, and we have copies here for anybody who wants a hard copy.
Now, for being a sanctuary city with a bunch of cities in New Jersey, you know, and the interesting thing is they're suing us, and we did nothing. And we sue them, and there's a hoopla, like, oh, what are you doing? Well, you arrested me for nothing. I mean, you interfered with my ability of doing my work. I didn't interfere with your ability to do your work. Nobody's stopping you from kidnapping people off the street, from running into fish markets, grabbing people's licenses and IDs, or running into the immigration center, grabbing people who just got married and throwing them in the detention center, or people in traffic stops. Nobody's stopping you from doing that. You're continuing to do it, right? You're doing it and violating local laws at the same time. Nobody's suing you for that. We just want you to stop doing it. But what I'm saying is that you at least owe me some deference, some respect, and the people of the city some deference and some respect to say that what you did was wrong.
Him in time for the evening news, and Habba, he was arrested at 2:44. He didn't leave Delaney Hall until 3:07. At 3:05, Habba was tweeting that he had violated the law and that he was willful in doing it. That sounds like it was a targeted spectacle. He could have been handed a ticket.
Yeah, ultimately, I think, like, even on when I came out of that place, there was some social media posts who already attributed it to all kind of other things because they didn't know exactly what happened. And it's easy for people to believe that a mayor being arrested, especially a mayor that looks like me, has been arrested for something other than what just happened. And so there's a bunch of social media posts that alluded to that began to be pulled down after the reality of this thing hit everywhere. So I think that in and of itself is a problem. Right? The problem that we deal with in this country is a problem that we have to deal with in cities like Newark, especially in an environment like we have in this state, that automatically I did something wrong. When people see me in cuffs, they automatically believe I did something wrong, I was guilty, that I deserve to be in jail, that they caught me finally, and all this other kind of stuff, foolishness. And the reality is, I didn't do anything. I went down there for a press conference. I was invited inside of a gate. People approached me. They were very loud and abusive to me. I left the gate. Finally, after they told me to get out, I walked out of the gate. They allowed me to walk out of the gate. I walked out of the gate. They made a decision to change their mind based on a call or whomever they got it from. And they ran out of the gate and arrested me there, right? And threw a couple of the witnesses or bystanders on the ground in the process, right? And, I was cuffed into a car, driven to a place that I didn't even know existed, right? fingerprinted and handcuffed and questioned in an interrogation room with a video.
From the other messages of your campaign?
Yeah, I think it does. I think absolutely. I think all of this legal stuff is a complete distraction. I think he's a distraction. I think all of this stuff is designed to be a distraction. But I also think that us not responding is consent. Our silence is consent. If we continue to allow these people to do these things and get away with it, right, then they're going to continue to do them over and over and over again. That's what's going to happen. I can't allow them to do this, and then 2 years, 3 years later, they do it again, and I'm sitting there wishing I would have said something to them the first time they did this. Because if you don't stop a bully at first, they begin to continue to bully you, and it gets worse and worse and worse, and threatening you, and giving you advice, oh, you better not do this, or I'm going to do that, or you better not do this, or this is going to happen. This is not how we talk to each other. This is not how we communicate with each other.